Louisiana Beer Reviews Trooper canned version. This beer was introduced around 2013. I had the bottle before. I was reluctant to buy it because it was like $6.50. I think the lowest I found it was $5.99, and I bought it. And I was complaining that it was too dull, it didn't have a lot of character, and it was overpriced. So we're going to see about the canned version. I saw this at Dorgnac's. They had 4 of these 500 milliliter cans, 16.9 ounce cans, for $2.50 a piece. It was $9.99 for the 4-pack, so a much better value. Brewed in England. And then they talk about the story of the Crimean War and how that relates to the song from the band and the beer. Robinson's Brewery in England. 4.7% alcohol, says charged with flavor. Bruce Dickinson developed a beer, and they use Bobeck, Goldings, and Cascade hops. Okay. Let's check it out. So $2.50 a can is a lot better than $5.99 or $6.50 for a bottle of the same size. And of course, with a can, these days you're not going to have the tinny metallic flavor of the 1970s because of the specially lined inside, and you don't have a problem with the light struck. So here we are at 7:30 a.m. It's cloudy, it's a little cool. Let's check this out. Thick cream colored head. It's mostly clear, and I would say amber. I guess you could say this is an amber ale, or over there in Great Britain it would be an ESB. I'm sure that's how they would describe it. The video reviews for this beer have not been too good. Mine was quite critical. I think I've only seen one review though for the canned version, and it was favorable actually. So let's go. Rich, malty, picking up those hops right now, those British hops, which at first used to throw me off. I would think it smelled and tasted like cellar mold. I remember with the Abbott ale, I was thinking that, but it wasn't the beer, it was me. I was not able to appreciate it until I got integrated into it, and I think that's what happens with a lot of these. We're so used to the American style, we can't handle the big boy beers, the grown-up stuff. And I'm not talking about ABV, I'm talking about subtlety and complexity of flavors intermingling, the interplay of hops and malts in the British vein. There's a slight citrusiness for sure, and those those hops and malts. So it smells wonderful. Okay, so right there, it looks nice, it smells great. Definite citrus. I would say like a lemon or a lime. It's subtle, it's not Bud Light lime, right? But it's there. The hops, it's almost like you're getting different hop flavors. I mean, I know that, I guess it's not possible, they're all mixed together, but it's almost like a cascade effect. Here, here, and here. Then there's that light, bready barley malt. The breadiness is, I don't know if it would be biscuity, but I'm thinking brown bread, or not brown bread, maybe white bread, fresh French bread with the crust still soft before it gets crusty. Beautiful head, look at that. Look at this beer. The mouth feels medium, a little slick. The finish is on the dry end of it. The drinkability is super high, 4.7. That's the same as Miller High Life. I think it is a wonderful beer, and I have to retract everything I said about it in the video from a good while back. It's not dull. It's not characterless. It's, well, maybe it's overpriced, but for $2.50 a can, $9.99 for a 4-pack of really exceptional British ale, it is not overpriced. It's certainly a step up over what you would normally get with I want to say like regular type beers, lagers and ales, in your lower ABV, low to mid-range ABVs. I said Miller High Life. Well, it's a lot better than that in the sense that it's got a richer, more complex, and let's say gourmet taste. I'm not putting down High Life. I thought I was picking up a little metallic. Hey, I just said you're not going to pick it up. And like typical ales like Genesee Cream Ale or Ballantine Ale, which they're not too common anyway. Maybe they are becoming a little more common. So this is, it's not the most gourmet and fabulous thing ever, but it's certainly a lot better than I initially gave it credit for. I would say it's up there with Abbott Ale Reserve, Boddington's Pub Ale. People oftentimes criticize Boddington, say it's bland, blog, additives. They'll say all these things about all the additives, but then I say, where's the evidence of that? Oh, they can never show any evidence of it. I'm thinking Timothy Taylor Landlord maybe is better than this, because that's like super flavorful, but it's in that range. So if you want to try a really good British ale that was not thrown together, try this, but don't rush into it. You got to sit, think, contemplate, because the flavors are gradual and they're, you know what I mean? They're like subdued. Yeah, I'm gonna say A, most excellent. Iron Maiden. I did go see them twice at the same building, the University of New Orleans Lakefront Arena in '85 for the Power Slave Tour, and then in '88. I thought the '88 show was better because it had more action. It wasn't bogged down in long, drawn-out Samuel Taylor Coleridge poetry. But you got to look at, it's sort of like this ale. You got to look at Iron Maiden in the right perspective. If you can take it the right way, it's okay. I did think that their first two albums, Iron Maiden in '80 and Killers in '81, with the original singer Paul Di'Anno, was better. I preferred that. But there was some problems with that situation, so they brought in Bruce Dickinson, and he did a fine job. They're still out there. They're sort of like old. They're old now. They're out there still doing it, playing the what you call it, nostalgia circuit with people like Ringo Starr All-Star Band and Fleetwood Mac and AC/DC. But there's nothing wrong with old folks at home. All right. So anyway, good beer, pleasant morning, and y'all come on down to Baton Rouge and go to a Southern University baseball game.